What if everything you've been told about money, what it is, how it works, and who controls it, was a lie? What if the dollars, euros, and yen in your pocket aren't real value, but claims on a debt that can never be paid back? For centuries, the world's wealth has been managed, manipulated, and magnified by a system most people don't even understand, one built not on gold or productivity, but on confidence. But confidence can be broken, and when it breaks, entire nations collapse overnight. This is the untold story of world money. The big lie. The origins when money lost its meaning. It began simply with gold and silver, tangible stores of value. People traded coins because they meant something. Then came the banks. To make trading easier, they issued paper receipts that represented stored gold. But soon, those banks realized they could issue more receipts than gold they held. That was the birth of fractional banking. The first lie in the money story. Governments caught on quickly. Wars are expensive, and printing promises was easier than raising taxes. By the 18th century, monarchs were no longer fighting with armies alone. They were fighting with debt. The rise, the empire of paper. Fast forward to 1944. World War II had devastated Europe. The U.S., rich in gold and untouched by bombs, led a meeting in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. There, world leaders created a new global system. The U.S. dollar, backed by gold, became the world's reserve currency. Every other currency would be tied to it. But this system had a flaw. To maintain global trade, the U.S. had to keep printing more dollars, more claims on gold than gold itself. The math didn't add up. The breaking point, when gold. By the late 1960s, foreign nations began demanding real gold for their paper dollars. So in 1971, President Richard Nixon went on television and declared, "I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold." Temporarily. That temporary decision became permanent. The gold standard was dead. The dollar became fiat money by government decree. Now, money could be printed endlessly. And so it was. Fallout and failed fixes at first. It seemed like prosperity, but with no anchor. Inflation exploded. Debt became the foundation of growth. Every crash from 1987 to 2008 was followed by more money printing, more bailouts, more bubbles. The same medicine that caused the illness was prescribed again and again, and each time wealth concentrated higher, leaving ordinary people struggling just to stay afloat. Modern parallels today. Global debt has surpassed $320 trillion. Over 60% of all U.S. dollars were printed in the last 5 years. Central banks now experiment with digital currencies, programmable money that can track, limit, and even expire. Meanwhile, inflation silently erodes your savings, while billionaires grow richer from the very system that causes it. The big lie continues. That printed money equals prosperity. But history shows the truth. Every empire that debased its currency eventually collapsed. Takeaways. Money isn't value, it's trust. Once that trust fades, money becomes paper and pixels. Debt is the engine. Every boom you see is built on borrowed time and borrowed money. The reset is inevitable. When confidence fails, the system must reinvent itself, often painfully. The world's money isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed to serve those who control it. The question is, will you understand the game before the next reset begins? If you found this eye-opening, hit subscribe, share this video, and stay curious. Because the first step to surviving the big lie is seeing it for what it really is.